This is Tracer Talks, conversations with top industry experts on trending topics for brand and digital risk protection, featuring your host, Tracer CEO, Rick Farnell.
Hello and welcome to our Tracer Talk. Today we're going to be talking about using AI to protect consumers from counterfeit toys. And on today's show we have Matt Dean, Customer Success Manager, and Ben Arnzen, Customer Success Manager. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us. Excited to talk about it.
Super. Matt, to kick things off, can you just give it a quick overview of the brand that we're going to be talking about today that you're managing?
Yeah, the brand that I normally work with on a day-to-day basis and that I partner with regularly is MGA Entertainment, and they're a leading toy manufacturer all across the world. And the main brands that we cover for them currently are Bratz, LOL Surprise, and then Little Tykes as well.
Excellent. And Ben, if you can give maybe a description of the brand that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, of course. So I work with them, and they are a leading toy manufacturer in the hobbyist kind of entertainment space, so a physical good there. And so they do a lot of great work. They are very popular in a ton of different markets, kids and adults alike. And so, yeah.
Excellent. All right, well, let's dive in. Matt, can you walk through some of the strategies as we think about defending our brands, from counterfeit products? Talk a little bit about the strategies that you're using on the account.
Yeah, that's a great question, Rick. So with MGA Entertainment, they like us at Tracer to take down mass volumes of infringing content all across, the major digital channels, whether it be marketplaces, mobile apps, or domains and websites. But we tend to see the largest volume of infringement in marketplaces, specifically on marketplace platforms such as Tokopedia, which is based in Indonesia, AliExpress, which is based in China, and then Wildberries, which is based in Russia. And so what we do for MGA with partnering with them is we take down mass volumes of infringing content on a monthly basis, and so that prevents the risk of these counterfeit products being out in the world for consumers to purchase when they're not the real, genuine MGA Entertainment products.
Excellent. And Ben, I guess with the brand that you're talking through today, since it's really geared towards both kids and adults, talk a little bit about some of the strategies that we're using to help them keep their brand protected out there.
Yeah, of course. For us, we do quite a bit of a targeted approach. And so we see a lot of counterfeit websites and different scams that are running there that are trying to rip off the genuine products. And so we will find those websites and we'll branch out from there. We'll target what they look like, the different commonalities, anything we can get our hands on, certain images, and we'll try to find those exact matches because we see that a lot of these networks are connected. When you see one, you're going to see multiple, and they reach to kids and adults alike, as you mentioned, Rick. So we take a pretty targeted approach. Once we find one, we'll branch out and try to find all those same counterfeits that are circulating.
Excellent. Matt, so at Tracer, we've built a pretty dynamic platform. We've embedded a lot of AI and automation capabilities. Talk a little bit about how you're taking advantage of the platform as it relates to the brand protection strategy.
So the great thing, like you said, about Tracer's platform, it's very flexible and it's very dynamic, and we have a very good AI technology embedded directly into that platform. So that AI technology really helps, the analyst team as well as me provide recommendations to the MGA Entertainment team about hotspots we're seeing related to infringing content related to their multiple brands. So we're able to use that technology embedded directly in the Tracer platform to give those recommendations and have a more targeted brand protection strategy for MGA Entertainment, especially during times where we're seeing more infringing content like holiday season and other times of the year that toys are being sold in a large volume.
And I guess, Ben, so for you, as you're looking at the volumes that are out there related to the brand that we're protecting, how does the platform give you flexibility to help with some of those demands?
Yeah, and to build off what Matt said, it's really being able to pivot on a dime using our technology and the team that we have here at Tracer. And so when we look at the customer we have, we pivot all the time for them based on the business problem they see. So while there are counterfeits, and that's what we're talking about today, there's plenty of other issues out there, trademark infringement, copyright, all that type of stuff. And so we use our platform to pivot based on where we know the activity to be for the certain business problem that we're looking for. And our team is so versed in our brand themselves and what's required and the indicators and everything that's there that it's very easy and very quick for us to pivot on behalf of the customer and attack the problem they want us to at that time.
Excellent. Matt, over to you. What would you recommend to brand owners looking to strengthen their brand protection strategies?
I would say the first most important thing is to make sure that the brands have a brand protection company or a brand protection strategy in place. And if they don't, then they could always come to a great company like Tracer to help with their brand protection needs. But they also, I think the brand owners should really be looking at vendors and different companies that are willing to innovate and keep up with the times with the bad actors using new methods of infringing content. And a lot of times, and a lot of things we're seeing recently is a large spike in AI-related scams where bad actors are using the AI technology to scam consumers and to create counterfeit goods or pose marketing strategies that are nefarious to brands. So really making sure that the brand owners are partnering with a brand protection vendor or company that's willing to innovate and keep up with the times and keep up with this new and emerging technology that we're seeing a lot of right now related to AI, and I'm sure we'll keep seeing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, Ben, over to you. So in addition to what Matt just said, what are some other things that some brand owners out there might consider as part of their strategy?
Yeah, of course. A couple things come to mind when I think about this. The first being, as a brand owner, make sure to leverage your internal teams. The communication internally with brands companies is very important when you're talking about legal or marketing or whatever department there. A lot of those different departments have all the information, and all that information really helps fuel business decisions. So while there's one perspective in each, there's another there, and they have context that the other might not. And so that would be one I would definitely encourage to develop your brand protection strategy. And then the second one would be leverage the data that you can use from a place and a platform like Tracer or any other vendor. We capture a ton of great data, locale, different platforms, the quantity available, the price, a ton of different things that can feed into what you want your strategy to look like, what decisions you want to make. And so leveraging the data that a company like Tracer and the data that we capture is a huge advantage as well.
All right, Matt. I think one of the obvious benefits for both of you guys in managing, your customers on the Tracer platform is really removing any counterfeits that are going to cause a health and safety issue to children or to any of the consumers. And that's pretty understood. But I guess everyone's looking for a return on investment case to really build that case to either establish an initial budget to create a brand protection strategy or to increase that as the bad actors out there now have access to generative AI tools and others that can scale, their scams and frauds and counterfeits on a different level than we've ever seen. So with return on investment in mind, I guess, Matt, maybe first to you, can you walk through just a high level of the benefit that we're kind of seeing and some of the ways in which you're calculating, the stuff that we're removing online?
So kind of how we look at return on investment or ROI with MGA Entertainment specifically is we're looking at the amount of dollars associated with the counterfeit products that we take down on a monthly and then, of course, on an annual basis as well. So to kind of quickly walk through that at a high level, we do, a few thousand enforcements a month for MGA Entertainment related to marketplaces that have those counterfeit and infringing toy products that we take down. And of all of those thousands of detections that we take down per month, the quantity available for each product combined is around 115,000. And then if you take that $115,000 quantity and then multiply that by $30, which is the average price of the counterfeit good across all of the different marketplace platforms, you get around $3.5 million in revenue that is taken down related to those counterfeit products and listings. And then if you take that $3.5 million and kind of look at it on an annual basis, that's around $42 million, again, of infringing and counterfeit products taken down that the general public can no longer purchase because they've been taken down by Tracer's enforcement efforts. So there's a lot of value there and a lot of money associated with those counterfeit products.
Yeah, it's truly incredible, and kind of appreciate that that's not necessarily the auto removal, but in working with our brand owners and with law enforcement, really going that extra mile to try to eliminate as many products physically as possible. So the first step is making sure that they just can't be sold, and I think walking through that is pretty incredible. Ben, on your brand, I guess similar question. Can you give just a sense for kind of the program that we have in motion? What's a good return on investment number that you kind of think about regularly?
Yeah, of course. We look at it on a traffic level, and that's a really kind of unique way when we're looking at marketplaces versus domains and websites. There's different ways that you can categorize, what's the purchase rate, what's the conversion rate, how many products do they have available. And so what we look at is when we look at the websites themselves, we'll look at what's their traffic ranking based on software we use and tools we use to find out, hey, how many potential counterfeit products are being sold there, and then what's our impact from removing those. So when you're looking at the price of their product being sold, if it's a high-end or a low-end product in terms of price, then you're looking at adding all of that up to the amount you've removed that a consumer can no longer purchase that product there. They have to go to the official channels of our customer and of our brand. And so when you look at that, we're doing hundreds of enforcements and removing entire websites, entire networks that exist there. And you're talking about millions of dollars a month that we're saving our customer, where they can't go find those illegitimate and inauthentic products, and they're going to buy them from our brand themselves.
It's really incredible. I think for both of you guys, I can't say enough how much we appreciate. We talk about helping a brand stay clean out there, but more important than that, we're actually helping that brand create an authentic digital experience for all of their consumers and buyers. So I appreciate you guys walking through that. Let's move to our rapid fire section. So I'm going to alternate back and forth for you guys. So just some fun questions. Matt, you can go first on the first question. What would you choose to eat for your last meal?
I would say enchiladas. I love Mexican food.
Ben?
Steak and potatoes, classic. That would be the go-to.
Okay, Ben, you start on this one. What superpower would you choose?
That's a tough one. I think I would go with flight. Just the ease of being able to get around. That would be the one.
Matt?
Ben stole my answer, but the ability to fly sounds pretty darn cool, so that's what I would go with as well.
All right. Matt, what's your most productive time of the day?
Most productive time, morning for sure.
Ben?
Same for me, morning person.
All right, Ben, cats or dogs?
Dogs. I have a German Shepherd. He's 2.5 years old now. I love him.
Awesome. Matt?
Dogs as well. I got 2 mini golden doodles myself, and I consider them my fur babies, so dogs for sure.
Oh, there you go. All right, Matt, drink of choice?
Margarita.
Old-fashioned.
Nice. There you go. I love it. Rye or bourbon on that?
Depends. That's a good question. Probably rye, but I like both.
Okay. All right, Ben, favorite genre of music?
Country for me. I enjoy country.
Matt?
Rock music.
Matt, favorite pizza toppings?
Favorite pizza toppings, pepperoni and jalapenos.
Oh, I like spicy. There you go. Ben?
Yeah.
Chicken and bacon. Chicken bacon ranch. Go-to pizza for sure.
Ben, your most prized possession?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've got a signed football jersey for one of my favorite players ever, Troy Polamalu. So in terms of possession, that's probably it.
Nice. He has great hair.
He does.
Matt, what about you? Most prized possession?
Oh, I'm a big Star Wars fan, Rick, so I got a couple vintage action figures that are still sealed from the 80s, so those are my prized possessions.
There you go. All right, Matt, you go first on this last one. The best advice you ever received?
That's a great question, Rick. So I would say the best advice I ever received is if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's a good one. Ben, what about you?
Yeah, it's going to be similar. Remain passionate about what you do. When you lose the passion for what you do, then there's not as much joy in it. So be passionate about what you do.
Outstanding. Well, I'll say point blank to both of you. You guys helped me with that last one as well. Like staying passionate about what we do on behalf of all the brands that we protect and then their consumers. Thank you guys for bringing it each and every day. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rick. I appreciate you saying that.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tracer Talks. To see more content on brands and digital risk protection, visit our website, tracer.ai.